Good afternoon, Mark Williams, mwpersonaltrainer.com. Following on from the last video, we went through some dieting pitfalls that people encounter, and today we're going to look at one of the biggest ones, the first one, and that's metabolism. So your metabolism can be a massive diet zapper, okay? But let's set the record straight on metabolism. It's not just the metabolism. It's not like we have a big metabolism or a slow metabolism, a small metabolism or a fast one, okay? It's not something that is present in our body. It's the functionality of our body, okay? It's not actually the metabolism itself that is the problem. It is the effect over the years or months that you have had on your metabolism, okay? So you can slow it down and you can speed it up. Sure, not everyone's going to have the metabolism of an athlete, but not everyone's going to have a metabolism that is so slow that they can't manipulate so that they can successfully lose fat. Just like you don't get a big butt, you don't just get dealt a slow metabolism or a quick one. If a metabolism has slowed down and it is working slow, generally it's you yourself that has caused the demise of the metabolism, and one of the worst things for your metabolism is consistent dieting. That is what causes it to slow down, and it's your body's attempt to keep itself alive. So let's look at it. Okay, so let's look at this scenario. Person all of a sudden plows on 4 kilos of weight, trousers don't fit, dress doesn't fit, they weigh themselves, look in the mirror, hate the way they look, and they decide, right, this is it, I'm going on a diet. Okay, so generally they'll go out, select, read up, have a look, think, yeah, that's the diet for me. Usually one that some celebrity has done and published in the press, and they think, yeah, that's great, I want to look like that. And they go on, they crack along on that one, and in 2 weeks' time, they followed this diet to the T, lost a few kilos in weight, feel great, and they think, right, this is the one. Going along on the same lines, go another 2 weeks down the line, weigh themselves, and lo and behold, they've still only lost the same amount of weight they had lost 2 weeks earlier. So what happens? Why does that slow down? Why does the diet that was working 4 weeks ago, now only 2 weeks later, it doesn't work? How is that? So this is your body switching itself into preservation mode, okay? If you went along and your body went along at that same rate, dropping off 2 kilos a week, you know, sort of 10 weeks down the line, you've lost 20 kilos. If that's all your fat, then you are no more, okay? Your body cannot afford to lose all of its fat. That is why it starts slowing down. It's trying, you are out there trying to lose weight with the thought, I need to look great on the beach. Your body is thinking, I need to keep this dude alive for as long as possible. In limited food situations, i.e. a diet, that is exactly what it does. Your body doesn't think, oh, we're only doing this for 6 weeks, just until we look great on the beach. All your body senses that calories are being cut, and if that cut continues, this guy's in trouble, okay? And that's what happens. It shuts down, it starts slowing things down, hormone levels adjust. So that's why when you're going along on the diet, for 2 weeks, they're all great. Everyone is brilliant. You can go on a juice retreat for 2 weeks, lose a bunch of weight. You can follow any mainstream diet for 2 weeks and you'll lose weight. The problem is when you get into weeks 3, 4, 5 and 6, all of a sudden then the results stop coming. People keep ploughing on, start to get miserable, struggling away, toiling away on diets, no results, motivation wanes and people get seriously fed up. Okay, then they give up, go back to their normal eating, plough on a whole bunch of weight. Sound familiar? That's the problem with dieting, and that's the effect that your metabolism has on it. So now knowing that in part will help you understand why going on a diet for 2 weeks, you have success, relative success with any diet that you go on. And you can now start to understand why that in weeks 4, 5 and 6, it starts to fail, you get frustrated and you give up. It just shows you the pitfalls of dieting. How your body is far smarter than any diet, and your body's sole job, as I've said before, is to keep you alive for as long as possible, and that is exactly what it's doing. So in this situation, no matter how much you want to lose the weight for summer, your body wants to retain it, and it's fighting to retain it. It's fighting everything that you do to lose it to make sure that it keeps it. And you know, guess what? in most cases, the body wins every time. So there's lots of research out there that showed now that it only takes, roughly around a week in most cases for the hormone levels to address to a diet, to cater to the diet, to make sure that the body wins in its battle to retain fat. And most diets become seriously impaired within that week. So the body will burn most weight in the first week, and then it will slowly get slower in week 2, and then week 3 and week 4. And obviously, this is where people's metabolisms come into it. This is where you can say that different people have different metabolisms, because some people will go along for 4 weeks having relative success, but some people will have week 1 and they'll have no success, because it's the difference in metabolism and how the body is already configured at that point in time, largely due to the fact that what the person has done to the metabolism themselves over the period leading up to the diet. So if they've been a consistent dieter, I'll try this one, I'll try that one. Generally they've been cutting calories for a long time, so the metabolism is pretty much shot to pieces. So if I've just said that in these cases the body wins every time, how come there are people out there who are not struggling to lose weight, who actually keep their body weight at a consistent level, or can alter it, can lean out, can gain in bulk and then lean out again? How is that possible? Well, it's simple really. You have to manipulate your body, okay? You have to manipulate it and make it primed to losing fat, and make it feel comfortable that there's not a famine and this period of starvation is not going to last forever, okay? And keep it comfortable. So the hormone levels have to stay balanced, okay? What actually happens to slow the metabolism is regulated by hormones. So in a period of a calorie cut, insulin levels will rocket up high, leptin levels will drop down low. Now there's a lot more to metabolism than that. There's a lot more science behind it, but in terms of dieting, that is what you need to know, okay? That is the key area that you need to focus on and function on, keeping those hormone levels balanced. And the way you do that, again, is by cheating it, okay? You have to convince the body that you're not on a diet, okay? The calorie cut is over, and okay, it's great, we can burn some more fat. And that's pretty much how the body works, in very simple terms. So research shows that most diets can fall apart in a week in most cases. If people have gone into them with a slow metabolism, even within a week, they can just absolutely fail and have people pulling their hair out with no results in the time when they should be getting such big losses. But it also shows that it's a lot simpler to reset the balance between the hormones leptin and insulin. So whereas it takes 1 week for that balance to shift into a fat storing mode, it can only take 1 day or even a couple of high calorie meals to reset the balance between those hormones. Now this day within the week is actually a great day for the diet. So just by breaking your diet and the diet plan that you're following, just by breaking it with a couple of high calorie meals in that week, once a week, works wonders for resetting the metabolism, allowing you to set up for consistent fat loss. Which is not only great for the diet, because on a diet we want to lose sustained fat, it's also great for the dieter because they feel like that period of loss and going without is only so short. So if I say to someone, right, no chocolates for 8 weeks, it sounds a little bit different than me saying to them, okay, no chocolate until Saturday. Yeah, that's doable. 8 weeks? It's not. So it's great for consistent fat loss, it's great for keeping your motivation levels up, and it makes it much easier for you to stick to the diet. If I say to someone, okay, we're going to follow this plan for 6 days, and then we're going to have a strategic blowout on the diet, not going down to the Chinese takeaway to eat as much as you can within an hour, just a strategic meal where it can be the foods that you crave, the foods that you like, or it can just be structured by someone who tells you what to eat, i.e. pasta and cheese, pizza is great, burger and chips, something like that. Just a high calorie meal that says to the body, okay, starvation period is over. And that is what helps the metabolism reset, okay? The hormonal balance between leptin and insulin comes back into a fat burning mode because the body's taken on an influx of calories and it sets itself up for the next week to carry on burning fat. Now, a lot of people will come back at me and say, hey, listen, I don't want to spend all week dieting and then blow it out by going for pizza on the weekend because I'll put all the weight back on. Well, that's just a fallacy, okay? Sure, if you go out for pizza and then you go straight home and weigh yourself, you put all the weight back on because the food that's inside you is still in your stomach. It's quite heavy food, but your body will digest it, all right? This high-calorie cheat meal will do more for your diet and your consistent weight loss than sticking to it for 4 weeks. Eating salad and under-eating will do, okay? That one day to reset the metabolism and to keep it firing up and to keep it burning fat consistently is a winner. So occasionally cheating on the diet is absolutely imperative for you to do, okay? If you're coming at it and going into something for 12 weeks, seriously, don't even waste your time. Follow a diet for 12 weeks, your body's going to win that battle. You may end up losing a bunch of weight on the scale, but again, like I said before, most of that weight will be water, some of it will be muscle. What you need to do is to consistently burn fat. No one wants to go on a diet to end up with a body that looks like a smaller version of the fat one that they started out with, okay? We want to burn fat, we don't want to lose muscle, and we certainly don't want to lose a load of water. Just remember that these are strategically placed reset meals for your metabolism, okay? They're in there to reset your metabolism, to set you up going forward. It's not a treat after week 1, you haven't won. It's not like, oh, I've dieted for a week so I can go out on a blowout now and eat as much as I can. It's not that. It's just a strategic method to reset your metabolism, to set you up for more fat loss in the following week. It also gives you a day off your diet, lets you relax from thinking about what you have to eat or what you can't eat. Okay, it lets you reset mentally to carry on into the next week, and it keeps your motivation level high, okay? Like I said, if you've only got to get to Saturday or to Friday before you have a high-calorie meal on the Saturday or the Sunday, it's great. It gives you something to look forward to, helps you wind down off the diet, and more importantly, helps you carry on losing fat in the following week. You've got to keep the metabolism stoked up. That's the way to do it. You don't just get born with a slow one. You don't get born with an underactive one. You're just not unlucky, okay? It's what you have done to your metabolism to make it slow, and you have to undo that, okay? You have to undo it, okay? And this is how you undo it. Eat, get calories in, burn fat, stick to the diet, and then reset, okay? Week by week, and that will see you coming down. If you've got a lot of fat to lose, that will see you coming down consistently by 3 or 4 kilos a month. Depending on how meticulous you are, how good your plan is, and also how much commitment you show to it and how much determination you show. And if you also bring in some training with that, it's win-win, okay? If your training is structured to your diet, that's win-win as well. We'll come to that in a later episode, how you balance the training out with the diet. But for now, that's metabolism, okay? Understand it, learn to reset it. If you've got any questions, direct message me, mwpersonaltrainer.com. Subscribe to the channel if you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.